Welcome back to the Conspiracy Outpost. This week we are talking about Project Double F, or better known as Project Fat Fucker, because that motherfucker had some tig old bitties. But really, this was a CIA operation to shape Egypt the way they wanted. I am your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jiffy Joe. Sorry, I took a drink there.
I'm Matt.
My original intro said Project Fat Fucker, and I'm not talking about the guys on this podcast, is what the original one was, but then I changed it.
You know, you say that and you're trying to be vague, but we know who you're talking about.
Matthew.
Damn.
Yeah, you
Matthew,
overweight whale.
We see that belly line you're getting.
Shit, dog.
I'm just playing.
Shit, how'd you know?
This motherfucker get an inch of belly fat and he'll be like, I'm getting fat. And it's like, shut up, motherfucker. My titties are fucking thicker than the rest of your body.
So, what is this? What is this thing about?
So, well, I'll tell you what it's about in a sec.
Yeah,
let me just tell you how it got its name. Well, obviously,
what'd
you say?
I said, let me just get through this list of fat jokes I had for Joseph. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just.
Number 23 is a good one.
No, I guess that.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. I had like a footnote here that said, "How do you have no ass, but it looks like cottage cheese at the same time?" I'm just kidding. All right, I ain't got that kind of ass, not yet. Fuck you guys. I've lost like 9 pounds. All right.
Nice.
I need to lose like 30. No, just kidding.
I know I do. I'm fucking like 60 pounds overweight.
Dude, I've gained quite a bit of weight.
It's all.
But I'm hoping that I'm gonna possibly lose weight once I stop drinking.
Dude, that's what happened to me. Casey told me a long time ago. It's like, dude, I stopped drinking for whatever, and I lost like 20 pounds. And I was like, damn. And then I slowed down my drinking, and then I've been walking more, and I've been losing weight.
Dude, you should eat those gummies.
Oh, and I cut energy drinks completely out of my shit too, and that fucking helped a lot. I feel there's a lot of sugar in that shit.
There is.
Yes, sir.
I'd say taurine, but don't give up on that taurine. Find some taurine supplements. They're apparently it's anti-aging. That's what current science is saying right now.
Current science can eat my fucking titties.
That.
I mean, I've been drinking fucking coffee here and there. I actually went a week without caffeine, then got a massive fucking headache fucking the other day, and it fucking was driving me crazy. Oh, anyways, sorry. Went on a whole thing. Talking about lazy weight loss over here, because I ain't talking about jogging and running. I'm just talking about cutting shit.
Maybe if I just cut a meal a day, I'll lose some weight.
So,
well, it's not like we're not active on a daily basis, any of us. We're all pretty fucking active.
Well,
it's
I
just
am.
the amount of shit we cram into ourselves, like alcohol, mainly. I mean, that's a fattener right there. I say as I'm drinking the beer that Mike's
you're cramming something in yourself right now.
Drinking the depth
is good, huh?
It is. It's really fucking good.
That was actually really amazing.
4 natties, and this is
that was really fucking good. Good taste. Good call.
I also have 2 natties on my stand over here that I didn't realize were sitting there from last night.
Ooh.
They'll also be.
Matt bought those anyways, so I didn't leave it. Matt did.
I didn't buy it.
Pa bought it.
I knew you were pausing to say Pa bought it. Pause. Pa.
I'm not trying to pause. I think I'm getting crossfaded over here.
Oh, you take one of those gummies? I didn't want to do it when I was drinking because I already feel like I'm going to freak out.
The code name was given to reference King Farouk's roundness and his preference for the younger ladies. And legend says that
how young are we talking?
It just said young ladies, so I'm assuming children.
We're gonna round up to the nearest 10 and say 10 years old.
Well, that's ladies, not kids. It's different.
Yeah, it didn't specify, but I just assumed they were like younger in age, probably under 13. But I can't say for sure. So I could be wrong too. But so I don't want to say that he was a little dirty bird, but maybe he was. But I guess according According to legend, I guess he ate 600 oysters a day.
Damn.
That's what I'm
lucky
saying. I was like, holy shit.
Why would he? Why? He's like, I gotta do this.
Because he was,
Hey, look how many oysters I could eat.
they didn't call this Project Fat Fucker for no reason. Guy was a fat
Right.
fucker. No,
Like,
at
bet you I
the,
could eat 600 oysters.
So you know damn well that his shits smell like raunchy fish.
not like a
my man lived and died by the clam. That's what's up.
that shit probably smelled like a fucking spoiled fish market.
It probably did like a Seattle fish market. Is that what the thing used to be? Seattle fish market?
Yeah, but I said a spoiled one, and I can't imagine his
still
shits
rotten.
are pretty solid. You know, eating all that
No,
shellfish.
dude,
I'm sure his
if I
shit
eat-
is all.
If I eat
watery.
shrimp, it's go ahead and turn your headphones down, listeners, if you don't want to hear this. But it's like if I eat shrimp, I'll have like light brown shit, and it'll fucking smell like cat shit. Like it's just fucking disgusting. Like I'm not even kidding. I love shrimp, but it fucks with my stomach. I'm just like up all night, stomach hurting. It's like, oh boy, here we go. Where's the cat box?
Should have had the shrimp.
Shrimp. All right, yeah, but yeah. Anyways, so oyster boy.
Oh, I was just giving you
Ain't you the oyster boy?
an idea of how big this guy was and how much this guy ate. So,
yeah.
So wait,
So-
did Project FF? Did it actually stand for fat fuck, or was that one of the?
It's probably Fat Farouk or something.
no,
And then
it's
probably evolved to Fat
standard.
Fuck.
Well, everywhere that I've seen, it's standard for fat fuck.
Yeah, that's what it says. I was just
Fat
wondering if it had
fucker.
a different name too, or it was just only fat fucker.
I had a cat that we called Triple F.
Fat fucking feline. Is that a thing?
Freddy Fat Fuck.
Oh, Freddy Fat
He was,
Fuck.
he was a wrestler.
In a rescue, so it's okay.
But we had two cats that were born. It was like the only two in the litter, and so we called them Freddy and Jason. Jason ended up getting hit by a car, but Fred, he was around like that. He was an all black cat, and he started turning gray. That's how long he was around.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So this was a CIA operation, and the goal of it was to make political reforms that would lessen the likelihood of a violent political change in the country, because the United States government was concerned that the ever-increasing political instability of Egypt, and they feared the prospect of partial or full communist takeover. And then the project was put together by CIA Director Alan Dulles, Secretary of State Dean Archson, CIA operative Kermit Kim Roosevelt Jr., and CIA Station Chief Chiro Miles Copeland Jr. Cairo, something like that. I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, these guys are the one who put the project together. And it was Kim, the operative's idea to orchestrate a peaceful resolution in Egypt to replace the corrupt political system in Egypt with progressive dictatorship under the king that would be more amenable to American control. I think Copeland had unofficially named the Operation FF, and then obviously that stands for the fat fuck. And yeah, that's just a little background real quick. Let me go. My notes are a little over the place because I was typing it all up last minute. So that was the original reason we were in there. This was in the 50s too when we went to go do this. So we were basically over there trying to shape another country as the Americans do, for whatever purpose that we wanted to at the time. Anybody else looking into this?
No, not really. Outside of, I just got to fat fuck, and then or fat fucker or whatever the fuck it was, and then I was going to look into it. I ran out of time. Been super hungover and putting off cleaning all day. So I had to do that, and then I didn't realize what time it was, and I didn't know Matthew was getting off work earlier. So I was like, oh shit.
It would have been late anyway. But I guess due to his unwillingness to change, Farouk. What'd you say?
I said, you're late.
Oh. I guess Farouk's unwillingness to change. I guess they moved the project to support, and try to help out, political change. And then they decided to just overthrow his ass. And then I guess Roosevelt secretly met with. Huh?
Oh, I was gonna say. So they basically supported basically the opposite of.
Well, they were like helping him out and wanted to make change with him, but he was unwilling to change. So they're like, "Well, fuck this guy. Let's get rid of him."
And they just like aided in the opposition, whoever was trying to overthrow him.
What'd you say? My thing cut out. Sorry.
Oh, that they end up siding with the opposite, the people trying to overthrow him.
Oh yeah.
Siding with them, yeah.
Casey's a liar. Every time he says his thing cuts out, he's actually watching twerk videos and gets distracted.
So that's basically what I was about to tell you next. So Roosevelt secretly met with the Free Officers Movement, a group of nationalist revolutionaries in the army of Egypt and Sudan that was opposed to the monarchy and the United Kingdom's continuing military presence in the country. So they hopped over on their side. Yeah, so look at that, Matthew. Look at you.
Look at that.
Pre-speculating.
I see into the future.
Better than pre-ejaculating.
That depends.
That depends. I like to get in and out.
But only at the same time.
Oh man.
But the Free Officers, they were led by Mohammed Naguib. I don't know how to say his last name. It's Naguib. So take that for as you will. And this one's Jamal Abdel Nasir. They were already planning on overthrowing Farouk, and then they launched their revolution against the king on July 23rd, 1952. And the U.S. government provided support for the revolutionary government to be coup-proof, helping establishing a new general intelligence agency that was modeled after the CIA.
Well, that's just dandy.
I'm leaving these pause points, so if you guys wanted to throw any, comments in, so it's not just me talking the whole time.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I love you hearing you talk the whole time. You're like Morgan Freeman.
You guys might like hearing me talk the whole time. Other motherfuckers might not.
Everyone else knows you're just like Morgan Freeman. They love it.
Yeah, right. I feel like I'm boring when I'm talking.
No, you're not boring.
I feel like you're just saying that. You're just high, Matthew. But I guess
when you're talking about this guy, I just keep picturing the guy from Borat, like the big guy, the guy from Borat, the one that he fights with in the elevator.
Yeah.
I forget the actor's name. He's in Meet the Spartans.
Director guy or whatever. Yeah.
Spartans with the fucking nipple piercings and everything. And that's what I pictured. This dude, that guy with nipple piercings, and he's just eating oysters, and it's like the fucking juices from it just like dripping on his nipples, and he just like rubs them off slowly, and then he'd be like, "Oh, these are going to rust." Like, the nipple piercings.
These will rust.
I kept picturing, from I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, that big old fat guy that was stuck in his apartment and on his bed. That guy. But Operation Fat Fucker was a blueprint to operation.
Oh, his name's Kevin Davician.
Well, I enjoy this, man.
But
he's in Get Smart, and he's also in SWAT. He's been married to Ellen Baca since 22 July 1977. They have 2 children. Okay, anyways.
Ellen Baca.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. So Operation Fat Fucker was used as a blueprint for Operation Ajax, and that was a CIA role in the U.S.-UK backed coup against Iran. Against the democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammed Mossadegh. I don't know how to say his last name. These are hard names. The following year, and the CIA the CIA support continued after the coup, and the military and the secret services of Egypt were corrupt and ineffectual. And in order to help Egypt restructure the military, the secret police. To restructure the military and the secret police, the CIA used some of our, well-known questionable assets that we've talked about in other episodes on this podcast, and I'll wait for Joseph to come back to.
Oh no, I'm here. Shit.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know my thing was flipped.
I thought he went to the bathroom or something. I thought
I didn't go to. My bad. I was trying to look up something. I didn't even realize the thing flipped.
Oh yeah. So
I was like, wait.
So these assets that we used were Nazi. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why I said it weird.
Because that's this season. It's all Nazi fucking thing.
After I read that, I was like, of course.
Of course, it's fucking Nazi related shit.
And that's what I thought Mike was going to say something, but he ended up dipping out. But yeah, I guess we used Nazi operatives. And I guess one of them was Hitler's favorite commando, SS Colonel Otto Skorzeny, was sent to Egypt in 1953 by former General Renard Glennon, who is now Renard, yeah, who is now working indirectly for the CIA from West Germany to act as a military advisor. I don't know how to say that guy's name. So
his name is the guy's name was Scorzy, and he was a super soldier, and he went on to make films after being a Nazi.
He went on to make films.
Dude, why does everything always lead back to Nazis? This year has just been very Nazi packed.
Yeah, well, it's like Indiana Jones. Doesn't it always just go back to Nazis?
It's all just fucking Nazi shit.
Doesn't it?
That's because they're fucking with the ETs, man. I'm telling you, a lot of conspiracies always do.
Marvel shit too.
A lot of conspiracies do go back to Nazis. That not like a lot of them, but like some of the more like popular ones. Yeah, that's like it always feels like there's like a Nazi.
Do you think there's a game out there where they roll dice in a cup, but they all have swastikas on them, and then when they do it, they yell Nazi?
We just got to the part where the United States used their Nazi operatives to go into Egypt to do these
Dick
things.
Move, man.
All right, so yeah, back to it. God damn, dude, how the fuck did this happen? We went from fucking Nazis back to Nazis again to fucking beavers.
Beavers.
I think there's a correlation there. Let's not find it.
We went from Nazis to Jews to
fucking
bread to beavers.
We actually were. You might be able to tell me what this is called. But the thing that where Jewish people aren't allowed to touch like electrical things, like they're not allowed to turn on light switches and shit.
Oh yeah, that's on the Sabbath or whatever.
Yeah, see, it is okay. So it is. I was reading. That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's why I was reading that thing. But I was saying the word wrong. I couldn't remember what it was called. I kept calling it the Sabbath instead of the Sabbath.
Yeah, you kept saying Aussie,
but it's like it
would have other people.
The Christians and Catholics have a Sabbath too. For Jews, it's Saturday. For Christians, it's Sunday. But it's essentially the day of rest that God took after He created the universe. That's what it is. Because it took God 6 days to create everything, and then on the seventh He rested.
Yeah, but what nobody ever says is that He created it. He created everything by accident. He was bored one day. He's like, what should I do? I'm the only thing that exists. What should I do? I'm going to beat my God dick. And then he busted a nut, and that's what created the Milky Way.
There you go. That was a prostate. No, dude, I'm just saying, like, you're not much of a god if you have to take a rest. You just fucking... Okay, I'm going to rest. That's it. If I had his job, I'd do it faster. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because you're a pre-ejaculate motherfucker. Oh.
We're living in God's ball bag, and then He just spew us out.
But yeah, that's what the Sabbath is, and because it is it's the day of rest. You're not supposed to work. Some Jews go a little overboard. It's like I can't even turn on a light switch or something. I don't fucking know what that is. But yeah, you're supposed to rest. You're supposed to take a day of rest.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're not supposed to fuck around with fucking.
But like no, there is a thing where you're supposed to eat like fish on Fridays or something like that.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. There was like a weird like meat fucking thing. Oh, that's what beavers got brought up because Casey said that there was some meat that counts as fish. That's what Casey was talking about, the fish thing, and he said apparently beaver was on the thing that counted as fish. So
the Pope made it so beaver is able to be eaten on the Sabbath or whatever.
His
Yeah, and
wife made it.
You're only allowed to eat
wife-
certain fish too. You can't eat any fish you want. You're not allowed to eat any fish that has a sucker.
Casey, his wife made the rule.
Because you
Did
don't
you
want
know that?
anybody. Yeah, you don't want a sucker one because then everybody will be too horny while they're
They're
getting their
bottom
fish.
feeders.
They're bottom feeders. Yep. They're considered dirty.
Can you imagine if
birds.
somebody took a bottom feeder and stuck it on their ass? So it's like
Bottom
a double
feeder.
bottom feeder.
That's the whole thing with pigs too. You can only eat an animal if it doesn't have a split hoof or something like that.
Damn. You see motherfuckers out there shaving down their pig's feet.
Like, if you look at like the rules, it's really weird. But the rules with the like not being able to eat shrimp and not being able to eat pork and stuff is because people are getting sick from it.
Yeah.
So it was, I mean, a lot of things when people they set down the basic like religious rules, it's for the good of people. Like you think about it, if people didn't follow like a lot of like religious guidelines or laws in general, there'd be complete chaos. That's why it was like, hey, don't kill people. Hey, don't rape that guy over there. But I want to rape this guy. It's like God doesn't like it. Who's God? It's like the guy telling you not to rape anybody. That's what
So in like Rome back in the day, they didn't have like traditional chickens. They had what's called guinea hens. That is like their chicken. And I'm, like there's certain birds that don't carry salmonella, and I'm wondering if that's one of them, because I bet people would get sick from chicken because of salmonella, and then they'd be like, oh, that you can't eat that either. God said so, you know.
Do you think there's a rapper that has that name already? I don't think I'm going to change mine to Salmonella. Actually, Casey, that should be yours. Salmonella, the vanilla chinchilla.
Salmonella, the fella salmonella.
Your name in my phone is with everything.
Salmonella Deville.
Dilla, it's Dilla the fucking vanilla gorilla or some shit like that. But on all my shit, it just says Dilla T. So it's like, oh, Dilla T.
Pretty sick.
Because yeah. Quesadilla. I don't know, Mike, if this has been a thing for hell of years. I'd say it's always Dilla with everything. So sometimes I call Casey, sometimes I call him Dilla.
Well, when I saw his like username on PlayStation and it was Dilla, that's what I went, oh, Casey Dilla.
Yeah.
Casey
I don't know.
Dilla.
Casey, were you the one that came up with that? I just know it's just fucking the name that's been used for so fucking long, but it's like Quesadilla, Dilla. So it's always been like a fucking thing.
I don't know. I think you came up with it.
Did
or
I?
Matthew, one of you two did.
I feel like it happened when we were drinking. We were drinking fucking.
I think Joseph did it.
Yeah.
I feel like it came up when we were like drinking Tilts or some weird alcohol that I don't feel like is around anymore. Like I think it was Tilts or something. The fucking off Four Locos.
It was banned in the U.S. due to cancer concerns.
So I think, yeah, but that's what my fucking phone thing. It always just says Dilla T on it, and on Snapchat it says Dilla T. It even does for the conspiracy thing. It calls it Dilla T too on there for some fucking reason. But yeah, sorry. Anyways, so yeah, that's the Dilla. Yeah, it spawns from Quesadilla.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Okay. I know it's not a complex fucking thing. It's not like the secret origin story of Casey's fucking name.
I never put that together. Oh my god!
Like the first time I saw it, it was on PlayStation when I added Casey.
What you didn't know, it sealed it in sewn when Casey used to shove dill pickles up his ass.
He did do this.
And when it fell out, I had to take a bite, reinsert,
pickle fucker.
But pickle fucker was too long of a name, so he just went with Dilla. All right.
Hey, so
is it just exclusively dill pickles, or does he like get some bread and butter ones up in there too?
Sometimes they got to be kosher regardless.
That cracks me up. Is like, how isn't a fucking pickle kosher? What are you gonna fucking do? Add bacon to it?
That's what they do with some pickles. They add bacon grease.
Like, dude, it's just like traditional pickles. It is just salt on there and it's fermented.
But is it kosher salt?
What do you think pickles would taste like if you fucking fried up some pork fat? You just fried it up and then you just poured a little bit of that fat grease into the pickles.
It probably tastes amazing. Have you ever?
Probably would.
You never,
it sounds
have you
amazing.
never put pickles on a BLT?
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I fucking love BLTs. Now I want one.
I like the
I'm over here fat man sweating. I gotta fucking beat a sweat down my ass crack.
I like the B and the L. The T's can go fuck themselves.
Oh, you don't like tomatoes?
No, not raw tomato.
So you eat some BLPs then? Some.
Well, I
Dude,
don't put pickle on it. Like if I do anything, I put fucking avocado on it.
You think a BLT would be good with sun-dried tomatoes?
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
because I like sun-dried tomatoes.
Dude, that sounds fucking amazing.
I made sun-dried tomato mayo, and then I put that on my BLT. It's fucking amazing.
So what were you talking about? I mean, speaking back to the fat fuck after we're sitting there talking about so fucking.
Oh, I thought the fat fuck on our podcast was talking about BLTs, Joseph.
Technically, I'm the fat fuck on the podcast. I got like 30 pounds on Joe.
But it's just funny to make fun of Joe. And you're roboting Joseph, or you're blurry now. I don't know what's going on with you.
Wait, what? I'm roboting?
You're good now.
Your screen is blurry. Your screen is blurry.
Now you're out of focus.
By the way, if that guy he was downing all them fucking oysters a day, guaranteed put sriracha mayo on those. Guaranteed it was around back there.
Guaranteed that guy was walking around with a fucking heart on constantly.
Oh yeah,
they're aphrodisiacs. Aphrodisiacs, yeah.
Well, they did have the taste for the younger girls too. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. He liked young clam, and he was downing clams. It was like just fucking.
He's the prototype for fucking Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
he's like, and then every time like he would have fucking like sweaty, fishy hands. He'd be touching these girls, and they'd be like moving away. It's like, oh, sorry, my hands are a little clammy. Sorry.
Say it louder, clam chowder.
Let me get my nipple clamps. Okay. That was a stretch.
That was just
a stretch there. When I said the girl thing, him rubbing it, they were overage, so it's not as creepy. It's still creepy, but you get rid of one of the creepy. I was picturing somebody dressed like Princess Jasmine from fucking Aladdin, and he's just like trying to touch her, and she's like moves away, and then he's like, "Sorry, hands are a little clammy." Except for I think he talked like this. Oh, sorry, hands are clammy.
Go grab water real quick.
Rogue.
All right.
So back to where we were. Sorry, Mark, you're gonna have to do some. I mean, you can keep some stuff in if you like it. I don't really care, but
probably not the D&D stuff.
Shit. But some of the Nazi operatives were members of the infamous Odessa organization, and the Odessa was a code.
Texas.
What?
Odessa, Texas.
Is that a place?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. I don't know.
I only know that because the show Heroes.
Yeah, me too. That's
the only reason I know is from Heroes.
So it was an American code name meaning Organization for Former SS Members, coined in 1946 to cover Nazi underground escape plans made at the end of World War II. That was their little.
So it ties in with paperclip.
Well, I'm sure all these Nazi things all
where did Indiana
indirectly
Jones
tied together. And this one wasn't even on purpose. I thought it was about Egyptians.
You thought it was about what?
I thought it was just about the CIA and Egyptians. I didn't know it had anything to do with Nazis until I got into it. So.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Damn it. Casey's going to take his shirt off because he's sweating. Casey's going to take his shirt off because he's sweating, and then he's going to go turn around and turn a fan on. He's going to have a giant swastika on his back.
Like it's a ninja star. We just haven't done the rest of it yet.
It's gonna be a maze.
It's gonna be a maze. Yeah. Fucking from Community.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that shit's hella funny. That's not the only role that guy's been racist in. There was another movie I watched a long ass time ago where he's constantly bitching about something to the city council every week, and then he gets to a point where everybody's like rallying behind him, and they start saying off the wall racist shit, and everybody just like stops, like, what the fuck? And it's based on a real story of some guy that people did that with and didn't know he was a racist. Dude. He was just like this ignorant fucking old white dude. But yeah, he was
he's a method actor.
He's a method.
He practices racism in his free time.
He's just in the mirror saying, he's just in the mirror practicing racial slurs. It's just every day.
Now he just practices it when he does his everyday errands.
So this guy, I don't know how to say his name, Scornsy.
Oh, we already said it was Scorsy.
Scorsy. So
No, jokingly, but
well, that's what I'm gonna call him. But he oversaw the recruitment of the advisory staff for the Egyptians, made up of the former SS and how did I say this? Hold on one sec. Give me one sec. Vermont soldier officers, and the reason why I had to look it up is because it's spelled with a W but pronounced with a V in English. So
Well, that's German stuff, dude.
German.
yeah.
Again.
Yeah, so that's why I had to look up how to say it because I was like, I don't know, I'm going to say this wrong.
I
But
mean, it does make sense though, because it's like if you look at a W, you go, "Oh, cool, 2 V's."
So with this, so in addition to training the Egyptian security services and army, Scorsese also trained Arab volunteers in commando tactics for possible use against British troops stationed in the Suez Canal. So all this stuff all was like a precursor to the Suez Canal crisis that happened on November 5th of some year. I didn't write it down.
What is that? What is the crisis that happened?
Let me tell you.
No.
So
the crisis on Infinite Earth.
Crisis. White people didn't have enough oil.
when Israel was an so it was an invasion of Egypt in the late 1956 by Israel, followed by the United Kingdom and France, and the aims was to gain control of the Suez Canal for Western powers and to remove the Egyptian president Jamal Abdul Nasser, who had just swiftly nationalized the foreign-owned Suez Canal Company, which administered the canals. So basically, they just want to control the fucking canal. Everybody wanted it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's basically it was basically
A major shipping lane, probably.
yeah, and it was basically more or less just a fucking Cold War. Just everyone is bitching about it, fighting with each other over it. But I'm sure they were actually fighting though.
Bunch of bitches.
But yeah, so that was like a precursor to that. And I had to get back to where I was on my notes because I just had to open that tab up for that Suez Canal stuff. Right here. So the Palestinians, they also received commando training with Scorsese, planning their raids into Israel via the Giza Strip in 1953 all the way through 1954. And he stayed on to serve as advisor to the Egyptian president Nasser after his involvement in the Giza operations have ceased. So even after all that shit, he stayed on with the president after the operations and all that shit all ceased to be active. Exists. Ooh.
That's what's up.
I guess so the files on the the CIA's involvement into Egypt are still like a sensitive topic, I guess, and files on the former Nazis only became available in 1990s and the early 2000s because of the what do you call that? The hell is that thing called?
I
Can't think of the fucking. Well, whatever it's called. It's all declassified shit. But the Egyptians, they haven't declassified a lot of their stuff yet either. So we don't know what they have. I guess during these operations as well, the Russians, they declassified some of their stuff too, but a lot of it remains sealed. The old Israel government, they don't want to share with your boys down here.
Yeah, they should.
Bitches.
But yeah, that's basically what I have on it. According to Dwight Eisenhower's son John, he believes that the countries were close to going to war during the Suez Canal crisis.
This operation, we caused that whole crisis, or
Doing this operation, yeah, it was basically the precursor to the
okay, because
Suez
like
crisis.
yeah.
Like it was like getting the ball rolling for it.
Okay, because like I left for a bit and like wasn't paying attention at the beginning, so like I was just needed to like to clarify real quick. We're dicks.
Yeah, more or less. Like we went into Egypt just to shape it how we wanted it to be, and then just after we went there to go help out originally, and then it wasn't going the way we wanted, so we said, "Fuck this guy. We're just gonna overthrow him." Get some Nazi operatives, some ex-Nazi operatives, let's put them into power, make them advisors to the new Egyptian leaders that we put in place. And then we're going to continue this down the line and just keep it up. I don't know. I just feel like we get involved in other people's affairs way too much.
We do.
That's for true.
Oh yeah.
So,
and,
was there
next week
a conspiracy to this, or this has just been proven?
No, yeah, this is real.
Okay,
but
so this is just interesting history.
Yeah, this is just one of those CIA sketchy shit that they do, and
yeah.
Not a lot of people know about it.
Podcast.
There is not a lot of I tried to find more information on this, but there is not a lot of stuff that is out. I only got a handful of articles that I was able to read from, so that's why I didn't have too much information.
Oh, we know how large.
Even if you go on the wiki page, like a fucking scroll and a half, like it's not even. It's like a 30-second read. So it was hard to find stuff on it, but it was interesting because I didn't know we were doing all that shit down up in Egypt back in the 50s. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Wild. But there's a lot of shit that we do around the world that we keep on the hush. That Freedom of Information Act. I think that's what it was. I don't know if that was in the 2000s, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know when that came out, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those things where they declassify stuff and we're able to look at them and shit.
When did Operation RW come in place? Rectum Wreckers.
1974. So it was after that. So I don't know. Oh no, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I was right. Never mind. I was thinking 50s, but that doesn't make any sense because it was available in the 90s. Yeah, so the Freedom of Information Act. That's what I was trying to think of. That it was escaping my brain for some reason. But yeah, I think all in all, I think it was pretty fucking crazy that we did that and almost caused a war.
We've done it before.
Well,
I was gonna say
Cuban Missile Crisis and shit like that.
It's crazy, but it's so highly believable because it happens a lot.
Like I forget. Like there's someone I saw on a podcast or something like that. It was like if you want to topple a government, all you really need is like 7 people, something like that. And it's just like goddamn. But like apparently we do this. We've done this shit quite often. Gone in and like forced democracy in places and stuff like that. It's wild. You just send in a fucking team and they take down the government and install the democratic government afterwards.
It's wild that we do it to so many countries, but it's crazy that no one really tries to do it to us. I know we've got attacked, 9/11, we've had bombings, blah blah blah, terrorists.
We have so much freedom,
but nobody ever tries to like overthrow our government. They just try to fuck us up a little bit.
Yeah, there's like 2 places that I think would be super hard to just take over and unless you did it like sneakily, but like by force, just because of the massive amount of people who have guns, and that's the fucking U.S. and Switzerland. Switzerland has like everybody there. It's like you have to have a gun, own a gun. I think it's like yeah, it's wild.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like with how many guns are in America, it would be hard to fight a war on American soil. Not now though, because everybody has drones, but like a ground war, that'd be difficult in America. Because every
I know a lot of people
reach the fucking mountains back east, they're gonna get fucking deliveranced.
The only way they would be able to fight us is on the East Coast. They wouldn't be able to fight us too much on the West because we do have those mountains. So it'd just be too much.
They have mountains on the East Coast too.
You're making that up. I'm just kidding.
No, like we have.
They got big ones over there.
Yeah, that's in the hills and shit. That's where like all the fucking moonshine was. You seen like Ozarks and shit?
The lakes.
No, I haven't watched it.
I forget what mountain that is. What mountains is that?
I know they have probably
Appalachian mountains or something.
I'm sure they.
Look,
Well,
we
isn't
all
that-
know that ain't no mountain high enough.
But yeah, it's all the fucking rednecks out there with their fucking guns, and then they all have fucking welders and they know how to use it. They'll make some fucked up shit. Be like that fucking scene in like at the end of Dawn of the Dead with the bus.
What did you, Matthew? Look at your nodding off.
What?
What did you think about the whole Project Fat Fucker, Double F, FF, however
I
you
can't
want
believe
to
that's
call
the
it?
name of it.
I think it's legit. I think that's what they do. They come in, they try to brainwash a country to serve them.
Well, I mean, it's not a conspiracy. It did happen, so it is legit.
Yeah. Sure.
We did it in the Middle East.
Oh, do you guys want to hear his full name?
If you pronounce it right.
His name was
His
Double
full
Chin
title
Chin.
was His Majesty Farouk the First, by the grace of God, King of Egypt and the Sudan. That was his full title.
Oh, damn, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's crazy, but not unheard of. Yeah, like it's just wild to me that the CIA has that much fucking power in our fucking country,
And in others, apparently.
Yeah, it's just wild. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go in this country, we're gonna create another CIA that's probably we're controlling still to this day, but we're gonna call it something else that's like a sister company to ours. It's just,
I'd like eat my ass.
They're franchising.
yeah, it's just mind blowing to me.
It's wild, but it's like so fucking believable because it's happened so many fucking times. So I mean, it's not like, I don't know. It's crazy as fuck, but it's like that's what we do. We overreach so fucking much, but we don't do it in the right fucking places. Like genocide places where genocides are happening and shit like that. We don't get involved because there ain't nothing there that we can take.
There's nothing for our gain.
Yeah, we don't benefit anything from it. So I'm tired of saying ours, the fucking government.
Yeah,
Because it's like it's not like ours. It's like, oh, we're going to war. We're doing this. We're doing that. It's like, no, y'all are doing that. I'm fucking sitting here at fucking working fucking for pennies off the dollar. Don't mix me up with your bullshit. Ain't nothing patriotic about what you're doing. We want to play. Cat Williams said it in an old fucking special. It's like, man, we go and fucking whatever, like the principal at a school. Who's got bombs of mass destruction? And he's just like, whatever, like talking about shit. Like we just go and fucking poking our nose and stuff. Except for his was more out of pride than it was anything else. But we definitely poke our nose into things only if we gain something from it, and then we like turn around and be like yeah, like our school system. It's fucking crazy to think about because it's like it's like, yeah, we did this out of the fucking whatever, and we did that. Like it was all prideful shit, and then other countries probably like, yeah, these motherfuckers did this because they wanted something. They came right in here and they took this and that and whatever. Like I mean, it's crazy to think about like school systems in other fucking countries. You guys know what I'm saying? Like how they talk about America compared to how we talk about our own country.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta get going. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I gotta get going.
That's all I had to say. I was just, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting the words out of my mouth because super hungover from last night, and then
I think I'm gonna get going too, guys.
I started drinking like 3 hours ago.
all right. Looks like everyone's hopping off. Thanks for listening, everybody. Just tune in next week. and we'll have another episode out for you.